All right, and now down onto shelf number 3 here. We've got The Cities of Light. So this is Will White's, I forget the name of the trilogy already. Traveler's Gate trilogy, of course. Really cool book covers. But I have a lot of Will White's books. I've read most of his stuff. I'm a big fan of them. This trilogy is very solid. If you like Cradle, I think you'll like this. This is one of those stories, too, where he plays on the trope of the chosen one in a really fun way. So I would recommend it if you're into that as well. And it's kind of got the like power fantasy, like progression fantasy thing going on, but not quite as much as Cradle. This is Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. I've not read this, but one day maybe if I want to get into Stoicism, we'll see. I can't fit it back in there, so we'll go here for now. Apologies. Robin Hobb. So the Farseer trilogy first. I've read this, really enjoyed it, and then the Live Ship Traders trilogy. So I've read Ship of Magic very recently, and these two are on the list. I will be reading Mad Ship within a couple days, so really looking forward to that. I love Robin Hobb's work. Big fan. Next up, we got some Mark Lawrence. So the Book That Wouldn't Burn, I have read this one. Book one in I think it's the Librarians trilogy, it's called. I've not read, these are the next two books in the series. I haven't read them yet. I plan on reading them. I just happened to read this book like last year, right as these two came out. And so they weren't out when I finished this book, so I didn't move right on. And now I'm kind of waiting for a time to slot them back into my TBR. But this is the only Mark Lawrence books I've read. I have the Red Sister trilogy too. I haven't read this yet, but I plan to one day. I bought these books like 3 years ago and they've been sitting on my shelf still. So I promise one day I will read them. And then not so much fantasy, but magical realism stuff. I've got some Haruki Murakami. So I haven't read 1Q84 yet, but I have read the Wind Up Bird Chronicle. This is actually a memoir that he wrote. What I talk about when I talk about running, which if you're into running and I guess Haruki Murakami and his interesting life, I would recommend it, but it's not like his other works. And then Kafka on the Shore, a really transformative book for me. I think it's really a really interesting, weird read.